said to be of St. Hilda, an abbess of the 7th century. In Dracula, published in 1897, the character Mina Harker refers to the abbey and its ghost. She says, "It is a most noble ruin of immense size and full of beautiful and romantic bits. There is a legend that a white lady is seen in one of the windows." According to Andy Owens in his Haunted Places of Yorkshire, St. Hilda's apparition is more spectacular, bathed in a golden glow like an angel. Mr. Owens also describes another less attractive phantom lady haunting the abbey. This he describes as a dark figure with the noticeable outline of a woman shaking her head and wringing her hands as if greatly upset. She is dressed in a costume that might date from either the 18th or 19th centuries. Her identity is a mystery. Faint singing, described by researcher John Harries as being in some Northumbrian dialect, has also been heard emanating from the abbey in the hour before dawn on the 6th of January, Old Christmas Day, perhaps the echo of a morning mass from long ago. More ghostly activity has been reported from the abbey precincts. In his Gothic Whitby, author Colin Waters refers to a long, low building to the right of the abbey church, possibly an old barn. In the days when it was used as a youth hostel, the dark hooded figures of monks were sometimes seen by residents wandering from room to room and passing through solid walls. This may be the same building where a young herdsman had a vision. A shining figure appeared before the youth where he lay in a barn and told him to sing of the beginning of created things. He ran to tell St. Hilda of his experience, and she asked him to recite the opening of Genesis. He did so, and in doing invented plain song. The young man became a monk and, under the name of Caedmon, became known as the father of English song and the first known English poet. Caedmon House, named after the poet, is also said to be haunted by monks, who are sometimes heard singing or chanting. Delicious savoury smells of cooking have also been detected, wafting from some unidentifiable source. Barquest is a word peculiar to English dialect and often refers to a particular type of apparition which appears in folklore throughout the British Isles, the black dog. As the name suggests, these spectres manifest in the form of black hounds, usually of enormous size and sometimes sporting terrifyingly fiery red eyes. earliest novels in English literature, Wuthering Heights and Jane Eyre, as well as other significant works, and Anne contributed notable novels of her own, such as The Tenant of Wildfell Hall. The house is now the Bronte Parsonage Museum and is open to the public. Many visitors have reported feeling presences around the house, as if they are being watched, and one recently took a photograph amazed by their son's unexpected appearance, the bats hurried after him, but then drew back in dismay when they saw a splash of fresh blood on the stairs. Family and servants rushed up the stairs but found that William was nowhere to be seen. After a search, they returned downstairs full of foreboding. The bloodstain too was found to have vanished. The bats later learned the shocking news that William had been murdered in London on the day they saw his apparition. Oakwell Hall is now a living museum, the interior recreated to look as it might have done in the bat's time. This authenticity may be the reason the spirit of William Bat is still perceived around the house. After his murder, he haunted the hall for some time, but has been quieter since an exorcism was carried out. At Timble, near Harrogate, is Swinsty Hall, one of the few Grade 1 listed homes in private hands. It is a handsome mansion, more than 4 centuries old. Some years ago, the then resident family, the Cookstons, reported a wide range of paranormal activity at Swinsty Hall. The ghost, which they never saw, seemed to think it was part of the family. It would call out the names of Mr. and Mrs. Cookston from somewhere at the top of the stairs. One night, when Mrs. Cookston woke up feeling cold, a comforting blanket was settled over her, but the following morning her puzzled husband denied putting it there. Even creepier was the occasion when Mrs. Cookston was in her bedroom, waiting for her husband to finish watching his TV programme downstairs. She apparently heard him come in and felt his weight beside her as he got into bed. A few minutes later, however, she rolled over to find no one lying there. Her husband was still downstairs. Ripley Castle is the next haunted place. Here, the ghost is of Elizabeth Ingleby, who was known as the Nun of Kent for her piety and whose portrait hangs at the top of the stairs. She is a very polite ghost. She knocks at bedroom doors but will only enter if the occupant calls out, "Come in." The Ingleby family enjoyed a colourful history. They were staunch royalists and Catholics, and one of the women of the house rode into battle during the Civil War, while another kept a gun trained on Oliver Cromwell when he made an unwelcome visit to the hall. Francis Ingleby was executed for continuing to hold the Mass during the reign of Elizabeth I. After James I stayed in the house, the family set about plotting to kill him. 9 of the 11 conspirators of the gunpowder plot were close relatives or associates of the Inglebys. The Ingleby family is still in residence at Ripley Castle, and organised tours are available. legends